Hey, welcome to another video. I hope you're all good. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different than what I usually do with my illustration. I love watching Game of Thrones, and you can probably guess who my favourite character is. It is, of course, Arya Stark, and to me, Arya is strong, she's independent, she's intelligent, so I really wanted to do a fan art of her because after watching the most recent season of Game of Thrones, I've really been wanting to draw one of the characters from this universe. Because of the reasons that I listed above, I obviously chose Arya. But I wasn't really sure exactly who I was going to do in the beginning. I wasn't sure whether to do Cersei or Sansa. I wanted to do a female character, I knew that much. But I had to do my favourite. I've also been taking a lot of black and white photography lately. The reason being is I really love the aesthetic of it because to me, I feel like it makes images look almost timeless and elegant. So, because I've had that in my mind quite a lot recently, I've been playing with the idea of just using black and white for illustration, and I thought this would be really good because of how strong Arya is, I thought it would be really cool because of the very strong contrast that the black and white could do for it. So for this illustration I decided to do just black ink, so black pen lines and then going over it with painting on just pure black ink. So here I'm just marking out the main shapes of the character with my black line marker, and I was very nervous about getting her sword right because I know that's a massive part of her character and it's a great part of the design as well, so I was really nervous about getting that right. Another part of her outfit is that there's a lot of detail in it. Even though she's wearing quite simple clothes, she's still got so much stitching in all of the pieces, so I wanted to get as much of that detail in as possible even though I was just doing black and white. So all of that stitching I wanted to put in and make sure it gave it all that texture that she has. I have to admit, doing this particular piece was quite therapeutic, just focusing on the line work and not worrying about the colours that it's going to be. So it was actually quite refreshing, even though I did miss the watercolours. So now I'm just filling in the black ink with a paintbrush, and the places I wanted to put this was her hair and the background. So for her hair, as it's quite dark, I thought it would be good to use the black ink for this particular bit and then go back in later with another pen to kind of highlight some of the areas so that it's not so flat. I did have to go in with a smaller brush just to clean up the edges and create that detail on the ends of her hair so that it looked a bit more dynamic. Now after this phase, I felt like I needed to add a bit more thickness to some of the lines that I'd already added in previously. So I think it's because the hair was so dark that the rest of the illustration looked really light and all the lines looked really thin. So I thought I would just go in with a thicker pen and just fill in some of the details. And then after that, it was time to kind of start painting the background. My original design that I had in my head is I wanted to keep as much of the detail as possible from the pen work, so I actually left a space in between the black ink background and the illustration. So I did that outline first so that I was able to do that with precision, and then I went in with the bigger brush to fill in the nice big background that I wanted to put on in this piece. So here I'm just adding in the white details to add a bit of shine and texture to her hair. And then the last thing that I wanted to add was to the background, because it was incredibly flat. So I thought I would add in some snow, because I thought it would make perfect sense for Arya to have some snow falling around her. And that is it. That is my artwork of Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. I loved creating this piece. I think she looks really cool in this style, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tell me in the comments below who your favourite Game of Thrones character is. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye!